I've done all that. And the thing is I was the worst and the most depressed when I was the biggest and the most shredded, because the closer I got to that goal of being the best per se, I then had to be not only paying attention to things, but the moment one thing went wrong, it was like my whole world was derailed.
That's very
Everything was like,
funny. You're posing.
even though I'm shredded, if I just remotely ate a cookie, I then would be ashamed to show my shirt off. Someone would be like, yo, show your six pack. Come on, you're shredded. I'm like, no, no. Because like I couldn't even harness what I was doing, because what was I doing it for? Well, the reason I was doing it for wasn't because I wanted to be the best and it was what my life purpose was. No, it was to be enough. It was because I was being made fun of my whole life since I was like 12, 13 years old, maybe even before that, to be noticed. I was shy when I was younger, being around girls. So it was like, oh, I'll be like this superhero kind of thing. And no matter what, there's this next level to things. So even if I could be walking around with all confidence, you then get onto the pro stage and then all of a sudden, boom, well, there goes my confidence, just got last place.
Yeah.
And then your whole world's crushed. And that's what I've realized is with so many people in fitness, is they're attaching this utopia of like perfect, this feeling that they're gonna feel when they achieve something. Even with business, once I get to $1 million, then I'll finally have made it and I'll feel like I'm successful. Once I have my six pack, once I lose this 30 pounds, once whatever, insert statement here, I will feel some certain way. But then all of a sudden they get there and they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there causes people major depression, many different mental issues. But what happens in fitness so many times is they establish this goal
Mm-hmm.
and they say, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds. Why? Because then I can get this done. Then I'll feel better about myself. Then I'll feel great. I won't be so self-conscious. Well, just so you know, the best looking people are usually the most self-conscious, just so you
Hey,
know.
hey, it's very true.
just so you know. But they get close to this goal, and then what they realize is they feel no different. They're just as angry, they're just as upset, they're just as sad, they're just as depressed, they're just as anxious. And so what happens is they then are forced with a decision: keep going after this goal that now makes no sense because I thought it was going to fulfill me, or self-sabotage myself. And what normally happens is they self-sabotage things, so they go backwards away from the goal. But then they say, well, I haven't reached this goal because I self-sabotage myself, so therefore this goal still makes sense. So now let me hop back on the train again. So, and I won't eat like that again. It's only been a week of getting off, and I'm going to get back on it. So they work even harder and harder, and then they get close to it again. And then they're like, wait a minute. Then all of a sudden something bad happens again. They self-sabotage, and they just end up in this circle of comfort, because if they were to achieve it, that would be even worse, because then they're feeling that way with the achievement. At least they can say, well, I haven't achieved what I needed to achieve because of me.